Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Justin Riley.
And I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and the smell of hops are in the air.
It fills the air. We're actually filming in the morning, although this show airs throughout the day, but it fills the air in the morning, and it's great.
It does. You ready for a beer?
I'm getting there.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
It is 5 o'clock somewhere. We're so excited to be here at the beer stube of Capitol Brewery, and it's nice to be inside because last time we were outside and it was beautiful weather. We were at the beer garden, beautiful stage in the background, but it's a little chilly today.
Yeah, and that's a reminder that it's not just a summer place. So you can come here in the winter and hang out and watch them brew your favorite beer behind us.
Yeah, they've got stuff going on year-round, so it's great.
They sure do. They're lots of fun. We're going to chat with the VP of Sales about all kinds of stuff, including the potential merger. That's kind of a hot topic.
Yeah, very hot topic. And they also have some great seasonal brews that they're going to come out with that are returning, I should say, for another season that people here in the area are looking forward to.
Absolutely.
And speaking of seasonal, we're going to be joined by Lisa from the Bruce Company.
Yes.
And she's going to talk about, she's got some really cool seasonal decoration ideas.
She sure does. Justin Riley, the master of the segue. Thank you for that.
Yes, that's me.
No, that's perfect. I look forward to that. We're going to talk about some holiday decorating, and she's just a lot of fun, so you'll enjoy her. And then our friends from Dog Days Grooming and Care, I sure love Miss Emily. She's going to be here and talking about not just care, but a little bit about how dogs are pack animals and what that means for you and your family.
Really interesting stuff. So that's all right here coming up on Wisconsin Family. We hope you stick around. And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and we're so excited to be here at the beer stube of Capitol Brewery here in Middleton.
Yes. We haven't had any yet, but the show is still young.
The show is still young, and they're going to talk to us about some seasonal brews they've got coming up. But speaking of seasonal, if you've lived in the area for a while, you'll be very familiar with our next guest. I'm joined now by Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company. Lisa, welcome.
So glad to have you. Thanks for joining us.
So you have
it's my pleasure.
You have the title of Director of Seasonal Inspiration.
Don't you love this title?
Self-named. I don't know that it's Bruce Company approved.
I know, but I love it.
You write it in on all your business cards.
I don't. It says holiday buyer.
I like that yours
Seasonal
better.
inspiration. I love it.
So how long has Bruce Company been in business?
63 years. It was started by Lee Bruce when he was 12 years old.
Wow.
He wanted to earn money to go to the Boy Scout Jamboree. So he and his dad rented a tractor and they went around and plowed out neighbors' garden plots. And that's how the Bruce Company started.
That's the cutest story.
Isn't that the cutest story?
What a sweet little
ever?
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So for folks who haven't been out to the actual garden center, there are several garden centers in the area. What do you think makes you guys different? Because you are.
Well, we have, I think we have the best selection of plants in the area. Trees and shrubs, perennials, all that stuff. We get plants from all over the country. We also, though, have our own nursery down in Paola, where we grow a lot of the stuff that we use when we do jobs, and also a lot of the plants that we sell in the garden center, especially the bigger things, bald and burlap. So we have the big farm. And also, as we've evolved, you know, as the economy has changed and as the Bruce Company has evolved, we're really trying to set ourselves apart by doing, offering some local products. And I've got some examples here. These ornaments
Those
are
so cute.
from a company in Spring Green.
Oh, wow.
They're made out of sustainably harvested wood.
Oh, how nice.
And they're designed for the Bruce Company. We also have lots of creative people on staff who do these painted pumpkins.
Very cool.
Oh, we have got all kinds of them at the store, and we're happy to show you tricks of the
so
trade.
fun.
Sure.
They're
We also
so much
have
fun.
and we also have a lot of knowledge. So if you have plant questions, or you've got something eating something or
Right.
some kind of disease, we're right there. We can look at samples and answer your questions and then advise you how to proceed.
That's great.
That's quite a wealth of
great.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've probably got hundreds of years
Yeah.
of gardening
Collectively,
experience and
yeah.
knowledge.
And you look
collectively.
great for hundreds of years.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
I use
That's
that
a good
cupping
one.
on my face.
Perfect.
And you have Sven here too. It looks like you've got
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that before. I am
Right.
not familiar with
not
the
well.
frozen
Yeah,
terminology.
sorry. That's the way I think now. My brain has been rewired.
He's in
but
frozen mode.
yeah, but
See-
so you already have some Christmas and holiday types of things going on.
We do, because we have started decorating. We have our holiday open house kicks off on November 5th,
Okay.
and we have 27 decorated themes, and it takes a while to get that going. So
Sure, I
I've been
imagine.
decorating for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
You are getting
Right.
decorated.
Yeah.
That's
And that is Clarice.
Clarice,
because
okay.
Reindeer who have their horns, who keep their antlers in December, are all actually girls.
oh, I
Really?
didn't know that.
Yes.
Really?
Go ladies.
Yes. The male deer shed their antlers by early December.
Isn't that
Really?
something?
So they don't have antlers then by December.
No, they don't.
So the reindeer we're seeing carrying
The
Santa's
sleigh.
through the sky
Exactly.
are all ladies. Who
Wow.
knew?
Yes.
So they need to be renamed. We need
Clarice
to look
had,
in-
well, if you look at the original reindeer names like Vixen,
Yeah. That's true.
Ah, good point.
That's
Okay.
true. That's
All
true.
kinds of a wealth of knowledge, like I said. Before we go, we got a couple minutes left. I want to make sure we talk about some of the activities we have coming up.
Right.
Let's do that.
So I talked about our fall open house, which is the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December, or of November, first weekend of November. But it's kicked off by our newer event that we have, our Ladies' Night, our holiday Ladies' Night. And so we have all kinds of things going on the 5th, November 5th. It's Thursday night from 4 to 7. And we, of course, have some sales, but we also have a raffle, and we'll have some cookie tasting and some
You had me at
projects that
cookie
you can do.
tasting. You should have led with that.
And all the proceeds from the activities and then a portion of the sales that night always go to a local charity. And this year it is the Middleton Public Library System.
Oh, how nice.
So you come and if you shop, then 5% of your purchase goes to the goes to the library.
That's lovely.
That's very
So
cool.
ladies' night. We've got a lot of ladies things happening.
Yeah.
We've got the reindeer.
Ladies
Yes,
reindeer.
yes.
and-
Yeah.
And speaking of reindeer, by far our most popular event of the year is our reindeer. Meet the Reindeer.
Oh.
And there is a company called Reindeer Games out in Lake Mills, and they have reindeer, and they bring live reindeer to the Bruce Company, and you can get your picture taken with them, and you can they sort of discourage petting, but
Sure.
they're so adorable. Have you ever seen a live reindeer?
Never.
They are cute as a button.
Wow.
About this tall.
Oh wow.
Oh my
That is
God,
so cool.
that's
Yes.
perfect.
So
What a
it's
fun thing.
really fun.
I didn't realize you guys did so many fun events.
We
so
do.
thanks
and-
for sharing that.
Yeah, and we have a Junior Gardener event every month. So go to our website,
Okay.
brucecompany.com, and look at the calendar page.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well,
I'm
Lisa
going to be at
Briggs,
Ladies' Night.
Director of Seasonal Inspiration at the Bruce Company. Thank you so much
love
for
that.
joining us today.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
Lisa.
inviting me.
Don't go away. We come back. We'll be talking with the folks right here at Capitol Brewery. Stick around on Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Hello and welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at the Beer Stube over at Capitol Brewery, and a little bit later we're going to chat with the folks at Capitol about some of their fall additions. Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Lots of good stuff they've got.
You may recognize this beautiful, familiar face. This is Emily Ruzica, who joins us from Dog Days Grooming and Care
Hi.
once again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
So, Dog Days offers all kinds of great stuff, including grooming and care for your pets, your pups. You are just wonderful at giving us some fantastic doggy tips and enlightening us in terms of how dogs work. And today we're going to talk a little bit about their relationship in terms of the pack. So I'm excited to learn about this. I don't know a lot about this, but it's something I've always been interested in. So let's talk about the difference between a leader of the pack, dog-wise, and somebody else in the group. What do you tell us about this?
Sure, and I've touched on this before in our prior interviews about just animals and dogs especially respond to body language more so than anything else. So in the wild, the way that wolves would walk in a pack would be there would be the alpha in the front of the, you can kind of picture the way that birds do in a V when they fly as well, in the front, and then everyone falls in their kind of position behind them, that which makes kind of a V, a little looser than the birds do, but and that alpha or that front of the pack or leader tends to have very calm body language, although
Like
chest
calm,
up,
assertive.
Calm, assertive, exactly
Yeah,
like that,
okay.
and that's trainer language. Well done.
Really? Yeah,
Yep,
right.
totally.
I'm hired.
Exactly, done. You know, shoulders back, but chest out, confidence. As far as a person, it would be, you know, great posture, basically, but calm, assertive posture. Oftentimes people think the alpha is very intense and forward, and that's not the case. They're actually incredibly confident. So the alpha is going to be calm, but exude this confidence by the way that they move their body and their calmness and their confidence. So as far as that reflects on people, same deal. If you want to be that leader with your dog, feel calm, but feel confident and in control. Stand up tall, shoulders back, chest out, chin up.
Interesting.
Wow,
And
interesting.
really curious, really quick is follow-up question to that. When you have a group of dogs at dog days, is there a dog that tends to come out as the leader of the pack
Yes.
in that
Yes.
group?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
So you get a group
and
together.
it doesn't mean anything about size or age necessarily or anything. They usually figure it out within the pack, within moments. Who's in charge? Oftentimes it takes nothing but just glances or the way that they walk next to each other, how they sniff each other's butts. And then, you know, there's something, an exchange of energy and understanding that it would take years for people to understand the body language and how actually every part of it, but good trainers and people that spend time with dogs can see what's happening right away. It's interesting to observe, for
Fascinating.
sure.
So one thing, you know, we have a dog at home, and one thing, whenever we go for a walk as a family and we take the dog with, my wife says, "Hey, do you want to go on a pack walk?" And I always have
That's
wondered.
great of her. That's great.
Well, yeah, and I've always wondered, does our dog consider us to be part of their pack?
Yes, absolutely. And that, you know, your wife knows exactly what she's talking about in that if you take yourself.
Hear that, Christy?
So there's generally within the family unit, there's going to be a leader of the pack. Oftentimes it's the dog, and if you're going to have a good relationship with your dog, that's not necessarily good at all, because that's when you find a dog who's misbehaving, who really is running the household, and you're just doing whatever it wants to make sure that your furniture is not getting chewed on, and et cetera, or it's not just kind of running rampant, leading the household, which is the pack. It's not easy, but it's great to be able to adjust that to that being you being the leader. Obviously, you're handing out the food, so that right there is good, because the leader in the wolf pack is going to be the one that's providing the kill.
provider,
So you're providing the food, but you're also controlling the situation and with your body language, and also with timing and schedules. Like you decide when it's time to be going outside and eating and things like that. The dog doesn't boss you, and that's there's a fine line. It's difficult to figure out, and each dog is different. But just remember, you can be calm, assertive as a person, and that dog respects that very much. So.
And what about kids in terms of the pack? If you're a household with dogs and kids, how do the dogs view the kids in the situation?
So that's super difficult, and that's something I'm still learning about. I have kids myself, and I've cared for dogs longer than I've had my own children. And I often, will bring other folks' dogs home to my house. And in the past, it wasn't an issue because I didn't have kids. And now I have to understand what's going on with this dog's past and history with children. Because what I've learned from other trainers and very educated folks out there that have worked with animals and dogs often is that the dog will look at they're confused as where they fit in the pack. They think right away they're an underling because of their stature. And there is a way as the leader of the pack within your home, or the parent or the adult, if you will, to create that understanding with the dog that that kid is also part of the leadership portion of this pack. They're not the underling of the dog. It doesn't go you, dog, child. And that's often what the dog sees, in which case that's why there's issues with dogs and children, because the children don't know how to effectively lead with calm assertiveness and not crazy energy excitement, and they don't know how to not be too physical with the dog. So the pack walk is exactly that. Have that child also walk the dog in a leash when the dog's calm and they can control it, and it can walk next to them, and have them use that calm assertive body language.
And sometimes even kids do a better job than adults do.
They don't have so much thought into it. They can
So
do that if they
interesting.
understand the reasons why. So
This is all fascinating. I feel like we could talk to you for half an hour longer. But this is Emily Ruzico from Dog Days Grooming and Care, and who wouldn't want to bring their pets over there? You have such a great understanding.
Thank
So
you.
Thanks for joining us and
Thanks.
enlightening us. We appreciate it. And we're going to be right back. We're going to check in with the Bruce Company talking about some fall events. So stick around. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and we are still here at Capitol Brewery and enjoying ourselves greatly. And as promised, we are going to be joined now, as you see, by Corey Whaling, who is with Capitol Brewery, and we're so glad to have you here and be here with us, and thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks for coming over this morning.
We've had all kinds of fun. We're here in the beer stube, right?
Yes.
And it's very happy. We can smell the beer brewing behind us, and you can actually see what's going on.
They're back there working away.
As always, yeah. So this is Corey, like I said, and you are the VP of Sales here for Capitol Brewery.
Correct.
So let's kind of start before we get into the hard-hitting journalism. Tell us a little bit about your role here.
We have a team of 5 sales managers that cover Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, and Minnesota. So I'm in charge of keeping them moving forward, selling more beer, getting the word out for Capitol to all the different markets in the Midwest that we sell beer. So
excellent.
It's a fun job and always exciting.
Yeah, this is the center of it all, but you actually do distribute outside of the state.
Yes,
so
we do.
Good,
Okay, so
good
here
stuff.
comes that hard-hitting journalism we talked about a few seconds ago. What flavors of beer do you have coming out seasonally?
The important
this year?
things.
Yes, well, we're getting into the winter season
Right.
now, so actually they're back there brewing right now Winter Skull, which is our winter seasonal beer that is in the market from November through January. It's one of our top selling seasonal. It's a very dark malty beer that really fits the season, and it's highly anticipated, especially in the Madison market. People are waiting for it to hit the shelves.
Yeah, so now you can say, as you crack open your first beer of the season, that you actually could see it being brewed.
Yes.
And how exciting is that? So last time we were here, we were actually outside in the beer garden. We recently were part of your event out there as well. You guys do a lot of great events.
Yes.
But for folks who are looking to still enjoy the beer garden into the colder weather, do you guys stay open a little bit longer? When is that closing?
Yes, we stay open as long as the weather allows. We have some heaters out there, some portable heaters and some built-in ones that we use. It's still very enjoyable, especially in the afternoons. Into the evening, it gets a little chilly, so we fire them up. But we should be out in the beer garden looking at the forecast for the next couple weeks still.
Great.
We get a nice crowd out, and it's, people in Wisconsin love the fall weather.
Oh,
so.
no, it feels good, especially you guys have the heaters. And do you even have like a fire going out
Yes,
there
we
occasionally?
have a fire pit out there that we burn wood in, and
Yeah.
you can stand around and do some of the traditional Wisconsin fall things and
love
stand
it.
around with the beer. So it's pretty
Absolutely.
cool.
So obviously you guys have some things going on year-round here, even after the beer garden closes. Talk to us about what some of those things are.
Yeah, when we come inside in the beer stube here, we have Geeks Who Drink. It's a trivia night on Wednesday nights, and then we have Dart League Thursday night, so in our dart room, and then we also do a cribbage night. And I believe that's like every other Friday. So there's a lot of things happening here in the stube during the winter time. Obviously, we don't get as many people into the stube, but we have those group of folks that come in and enjoy the atmosphere. And obviously, we brew until 8 p.m. So when you're sitting here, you can
how
see the guys
fun.
in the background.
watch.
You can smell the aroma of the batches
Yeah.
being brewed, and so it does add another piece of ambiance to the
Oh,
customers here
definitely.
that can see all of that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
That
cool.
is great. So now we are going to get into the hard-hitting questions, okay? So for folks who have been paying attention to this merger, and maybe you can give us some background, probably better than I. Talk to us a little bit about what this is and what it could potentially mean for Capitol Brewery and just other Madison area breweries.
Well, yeah, the announcement was made a couple weeks ago that SAB Miller and AB InBev were talking about getting together in a merger. That means that the 2 largest breweries in the world were going to get together and form one company. That has a lot of implications because, especially here in the United States, they sell between about 70% of the beer sold in the United States.
Wow,
so
that's
it's a
outstanding.
big number. That being said, there's also a lot of angst with the beer consumers because they want to. The movement is towards local and especially regional things like that. And these 2 great big worldwide companies kind of go away from that model. So it does open an opportunity for Capitol Brewery here in Wisconsin, in the Midwest, and other Madison breweries that we can continue to push our local angle and use that to get the word out that our beer is here local, is brewed local, we support the local community. So we see it as an opportunity for us to move forward.
Yeah, as these companies grow and get bigger and bigger, it's almost I guess, less attractive to folks who really want to support their local breweries.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You know, I often wonder if, you know, this merger started or the idea came about because there was this push towards local, and maybe they just thought they'd be better as a bigger company together, and they could be more.
Pack a bigger punch.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, there's definitely economies of scale that they're looking at, and they can save money by getting together at that level. It's such a huge
Sort
number.
of the Walmart
so,
effect, right?
Yeah, like that. But what we push is, you know, you can't see one of their brewmasters at the local pub and talk about the beer you're drinking. Where Ashley and our brewing team, they're out and about, they're meeting people, they're talking about the local ingredients, the local hops, the malted barley from Sheboygan, those type of things. That, you know, you're not going to get that from the big companies. And us local, especially the Madison craft brewers, we get together and we talk, we go out, we interact, we do things together, and we really want to be proud of our Wisconsin heritage, Madison heritage with our craft beers. And we think that's really our niche. I mean, we've been around for 30 years. We've been making great beer, award-winning beer. We've had over 215 awards now. So we love to talk about that and just really touch and feel and figure out what the local community wants. I mean, we put out a lot of limited beers, and it's all based on what we're hearing from the people here in Madison and around the state. So.
Well, in Madison, folks really like to support local, and by supporting local, you're actually in turn then supporting your ability to support local as you're sourcing some of those ingredients.
So you had said that this is sort of, you guys see this as an opportunity for you to really push your local. Do you think that other people in the craft industry are going to see it the same way?
Yes, I do. I think the majority of the mid to smaller craft companies are going to really push that. There's some national crafts that are seeing their numbers, you know, grow significantly, but based on expanding nationwide. So that'll probably be less of a talking point for them, but more of the regional and especially the small local folks. I mean, there's some local folks here in this community, Carbon 4 to name one of them, that they're really based in Madison, and their sales are here, and they're going to be touting that, as we do for the state of Wisconsin mainly, and that's a great, you know, alternative to some of the bigger mass-produced beers, that you can find something that was brewed down the street.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting topic, and just to kind of close, let's really talk very briefly about, you guys do a lot of events. What's the big event that everyone's looking forward to gearing up?
We have our Bachfest the last Saturday in February every year. It's been going on for over a decade. We get about 3,000 people here at the brewery outside for a concert in February. Wow. It's a great time. People dress for the occasion. All different kinds of warm weather gear, or excuse me, cold weather gear, and it's super cool. And
party outside.
Yes, it's a great big party. We sell out, so we have a great band, and it's just fun to kind of let your hair down in the middle of winter.
Absolutely. That was your teaser. We're going to talk more about that maybe next time. But this is Corey Whaling, VP of Sales here at Capitol Brewery. Thanks so much for having us today.
Thanks for coming.
I want to thank all of our guests for joining us, and thanks to you for watching. Please join us next time on Wisconsin Family.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting.